All right, boys, we got something super sick that just dropped with Lucid. It is kind of a big deal, kind of not at the same time for me personally, because I do like the bigger accounts. But for the people that do love the 25K accounts, they are officially released with Lucid LFG. Yeah. So what we're going to do today is kind of do a full-on in-depth review on Lucid, go over their trading rules for both their test and their direct to funded, and just basically look at everything that we need to do to get a payout. I mean, Lucid is one of the biggest deals in the game right now. They have every single platform you could want available for trading. I mean, they have Trade-of-8, they have Ninja Trader, they have Project X, they have Quant Tower, they have Sierra Charts. Literally, you could just choose whatever trading platform you want, basically. Unless you're using that, like, stupid-ass MetaTrader BS, but come on, we're futures traders. We're not Forex pussies. No, I'm just kidding, but futures are seriously better than Forex, so remember that. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at everything. I mean, we have personally 5 150K direct accounts, very close to a payout on one of them. The other accounts, I mean, we did take a payout on this one and kind of had a massive day. Our consistency is super high there. But I mean, we're above the profit targets. We just kind of had too big of a day, so we're not eligible for a payout just yet. We did get one payout. It was $3,000. Did make a video on that. Lucid is pretty famous for having some of the fastest payouts. We look in my Discord right now. Someone just mentioned they just got a payout. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. The first payout from Lucid paid out under a minute. I mean, Lucid's quick with it. Super quick. We also just got a $9,000 payout from Top Step as well. But yeah, I mean, the Top Step payout's probably going to take 5-6 days. Lucid paid out within a minute for Stabby. This payout took me just like a couple hours because I requested it at like 1 a.m. US time. And their payout team woke up at like 6 a.m. or something like that and approved it and sent it to me right away. So, I mean, I'm really happy with how fast the payouts are. But the main thing is getting to the payout, right? And we know that Lucid will pay out, right? I mean, they were at $4 million paid to traders just like maybe 2 months ago. Now they're already at $10 million. They were at 4,000 traders just a little bit ago. And now they're at 14,000 traders. So they're rapidly growing. They're somewhat new to the space. I mean, they launched in April 2025. So, I mean, they have over half a year under their belt. And from what we've seen, they have the best customer service in the game. You literally ask anything in the Discord. You could join their Discord by, finding it on their page here, or just ask me in my Discord. I could drop you an invite. But their customer service is unmatched. Their payout times are stupid fast. Their pricing is on point as well. I mean, it's $60 all in for a 25K test account with a $1,250 profit target and a $1,000 max loss limit. I mean, the ratio here is beautiful. I would almost take this over the 50K accounts. I mean, it's $34 more right now. Now, there is a special sale right now for the 25Ks because of the recent launch of them, but you could always just use code DGT to see whatever the sale is currently. I also usually post them in the Discord or on X, so make sure you join the free Discord in the description below if you want notifications like that. And also on damnpropfirms.com, you can see all the prop firm sales live every single day. It's updated and it stays consistent. Right now, it's 45% off Lucid for the 25K accounts exclusively. The rest of the accounts are 30% off. We don't know when another sale like this will come, but they are reducing the amount of sales. So the standard is typically around 30% off. Right now, it's 45% off, so it might be a good time to ape. Whenever you're watching this video, just know the codes do change. You could always just use code DGT. It'll always give the max discount at all prop firms. All right, I'm done trying to shill you my code. I'm done, okay? I did my job. I promoted Lucid. We're ending the video now. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to do a deep dive into the rules and kind of choose what the best accounts are for the test and direct. I think we look at the rules first and then we'll look at the accounts. How about that? So let's go to the FAQ. We don't really need to look at the general information. It's pretty much the same across the board. What is Lucid Test? So, I mean, the Lucid Test is pretty simple, right? They made it super simple for us. It's basically hit the profit targets, activate your account the same day. Actually, you could activate your account the same day that you pass. Their dashboard is on point. I mean, it has beautiful account summaries, beautiful account details. You can take a look at my trading right here. I mean, we're on day 32 of these bad boys, but with the $6,000 drawdown on these bad boys, it's really nice. And the dynamic daily loss limit also went up, which is pretty crazy. Usually it starts at what, 3,600. Our new daily loss limit is $7,000. Which I don't know if I love that, because that means if I really tilt, I could lose a majority of my account. But people that hate daily loss limits, that is a good thing. Also, in a recent town hall, I was listening to AJ, the CEO. He said that they might be doing something about the daily loss limits. So we'll see what happens in the near future. But right now, the hottest news is the 25K direct and the 25K test. So let's take a look at the rules. I mean, the rules on the test, super easy. Pass in 1 day, no activation fee ever. I mean, it's just super simple. So let's go ahead and go back to the LucidPro accounts, because these are what you gotta follow after you pass your Lucid test and activate it same day if you want to. And you got to follow these rules to get a payout, right? So Lucid Pro is what comes after Lucid test. There's really not much. But after July 1st, the simulated profits that can be moved to live is $150,000 across all Pro accounts, which their live account is very interesting. And we will actually go over that as well. But let's just jump right into the Lucid Pro payouts, because these have some of the coolest payout rules in the game. If we go to damnpropfirms.com, it actually kind of makes it a little bit simpler to see what the payout caps are. So I mean, for the 25K accounts, you could have up to 5 of them. You're basically stuck at $5,000 for each payout cycle, which is fair, I would say, because I mean, they're like $60 right now. super cheap. And you can make $5,000 per cycle. And the price for 5 of them right now, I mean, it's $60.50. I mean, it's $300 to get a $5,000 payout potentially. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, this kind of breaks it down pretty easily. Lucid Pro is 35% consistency rule. LucidDirect is 20% consistency rule. The Lucid Pro and the LucidDirect instant funding accounts, they have the same payout caps. But then on the 50K accounts, the payout caps are a little bit bigger on the LucidDirects. So that's pretty interesting. But they are scaling, so the first and second payouts are $1,500 max on the 50Ks. The next ones kind of go up to $2,000, so it's $500 per account extra for $7,500 for your first payout, $10,000 on the second payout, and then $12,500 on the next payout. With the instant funding moving a little bit faster, you get $2,000 in payouts available immediately. And yeah, you kind of just like skip the first payout limit with the direct account, which I'm a big fan of. I like instant funding. Now, if I could pass a Lucid test account in 1 day without having to reset it like 3-4 times, I'd probably go that route, just because the price difference. Like if you pass in 1 day on your first try, I mean, it's technically better. I mean, you do get slightly less of a payout for the first time, but the cost difference is pretty big. But of course, I went with the 150K Lucid Direct accounts. I have 5 of them. So we're looking at 15K to 17.5. But if you get 5 150K test accounts that go into Pro, you start getting $20,000 payouts, and it's faster as well. It's payouts 1 to 2, and then you step up. For the direct accounts, it's payouts 1 to 3. I mean, the profit goals do reduce dramatically, but if you have a high day like I did, the consistency rule kind of does cook you on the directs, because it does not change. It's static at 20%. Pick your poison, right? I mean, this is a nice little reference right here. You know, if you hit 26,100 on the 25K account, you could withdraw $700. Or if you hit 26,800, you had to be above the buffer, and then you could withdraw above the buffer, whatever you want. 150K, yeah. So basically, you just got to get above the buffer, and then you could withdraw anything, and your buffer equals account's initial loss limit plus $100, right? And this is all from Lucid's website. But let's take a look at Lucid Direct payouts, because I'm kind of going through it right now. We've been trading for a very, very long time on those accounts. We got $3,000, and we're very close to getting, another $12,000 or so. So, I mean, the patience is paying off. And the best part is we did not have to rebuy them because they were expensive AF. They were like $500 a piece. I got 5 of them. Those like $2,500. So we're not only already refunded for our purchase from our first payout, we're still, not losing any money by buying new accounts, right? So that's one of the perks of prop firms, right? You get to trade for as long as you want with a massive buffer when it comes to the 150K accounts. And I guess what I'm trying to say really is I'm okay with trading much longer than I need to be able to get to the payouts because I'm not losing money by, full porting and blowing accounts over and over again like we did for quite some time this year. It is one of our roughest years in the prop firm game. So I'm really happy that we're not just ripping through these accounts like we did for most of the year. We're actually consistently practicing risk management, etc. But one of the coolest things about Lucid is you do get 100% of the first $10,000 in payouts. After reaching $10,000 in payouts, then it goes to the 90-10 split, right? We see a lot of prop firms moving to the 80-20 split, which kind of sucks ass, right? I mean, we want like 100% ideally, which prop firms like Fund and Next do allow that right now. But, 90-10 isn't that bad. 80-20 is kind of starting to push in. I see too many prop firms go in that direction. So I'm really happy Lucid is at 90-10. It's fantastic. Now, one of the biggest things to know about the LucidDirect accounts is the minimum trading days, right? So you got to get the profit goal, but you also need to have 8 separate trading days. And I believe a L counts as a trading day as well. So as long as the L isn't too big, you could get a payout in as little as 8 days, as long as you maintain the 20% consistency. And the 20% consistency does reset after each payout. We look at my accounts. I think I got this payout, and then the same day we had like a massive $600 profit day. So my consistency shot up to the moon. I was thinking about losing some money on this account, but then I was like, fuck it. I'm not losing money by resetting the accounts. I'll just keep building these accounts. And then, potentially after our next payout, we could just coast, right? And get more payouts. So, I mean, right now, my main focus is on the downside, right? I'm not trying to run through accounts. I'm just trying to scale no matter how long it takes, right? We're at 32 active trading days on these accounts, and I'm not feeling rushed whatsoever to push these to the limit. So profit goals are 1,500, 3,000, and 9,000. The second goals are significantly less for the 150K. Still a little bit high on the other 2 accounts, but pretty manageable. Payout minimums are $500, so you don't have to take out the full payout, especially if you're on like a 25K account. Now, I probably would personally, just because I want my money back that I spent plus profit if I can get it. If I blow the account after a $1,000 payout with spending $238, basically a 4x ROI, I'd be okay with it. But that's just because the account size is so small, right? With the 150K accounts, the max drawdown is so big, I'd rather just keep these, and because they're pretty expensive. So, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Definitely not financial advice, but there is no payout window. So, I mean, they say they're going to be dispersed within 2 business days, but they're much, much faster. As we saw from Stabby earlier, it was within like 1 minute. It was already in the Stabby's bank account, so that's pretty epic. Now, amount moved to LucidLive is another big thing, right? And also played a factor into my choice of accounts, right? So I love the $6,000 max loss limit on the 150K accounts. Absolutely huge and massive, and just it gives us so much breathing room, right? Compared to other 150K accounts, which is like $400 to $4,500 max loss limit. It's just really generous. So that's kind of why I chose that account. But also the move to live, right? So we have 5 of these bad boys. We could potentially get moved to live with about $75,000, which is pretty epic. And they do have some safeguards in place. So you get moved to live with slightly less. But if you blow your live account, then you can go straight back to live because they have an escrow method, right? I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. Follow the consistency rule, follow the minimum days traded, and get the payout buffer, and you will get a payout. Lucid's fantastic when it comes to paying people out. Absolutely fantastic. Now, we could take a look at these two. You need minimum profits. So on 5 separate trading days, you need minimum profits for each account. So 150K is $200, 25K is only $50, and then it kind of scales up by $50 from there. And you can get a payout in as little as 5 days on the pro account, which is pretty sweet. You know, if, like I said, if I could pass the LucidTest account, just super degen, get super lucky, pass in 1 day, then I'd be much more willing to go with the test into pro accounts than the directs because of the 35% consistency rule, which, you know, we would be landing fucking payouts on basically all the accounts here already. But, you know, we chose direct. We're not trying to full port and pass in 1 day, but then profit over the buffer balance, right? So the buffer, we already kind of went over that, kind of saw it on my table I made for us. But, I mean, the buffer balance is pretty minimal when it comes to the pro accounts compared to the test accounts, right? I mean, compared to the direct accounts. I mean, we have to make $9,000 to get a $3,000 payout from the direct accounts. It's kind of rough because we can get up to, what, 154 or 157, 600, and then get a $3,000 payout from the pro accounts. And the price difference is pretty crazy as well. I mean, look at this, $210. It's about half price. So technically, if you passed in 2 tries, you still kind of save a little bit of money. But it's at your discretion, right? I mean, I already gave you my opinion on it. But then the table below goes into effect for accounts after 8/17/25. Okay, so payouts did change. They actually got a little bit reduced. Before, the payouts were quite a bit more on the last stage. They got reduced by about 30%, 25%-ish, 20%-ish. So, I mean, this is the new payout table here. I believe my table is correct. Yeah, okay, so my table is correct. They did reduce it quite a bit. I'm assuming, you know, that's what their data said. They needed to reduce it to stay in business, right? And we're all about, you know, going with prop firms that have the highest chance of staying in business. And the reason I chose Lucid to be, you know, partners with and kind of, you know, trade with them, because the team behind them is so fucking epic. And I just believe in them so much, and I believe they know what they're doing, and they're just so kind. I mean, you could talk to AJ himself, the CEO, in the Discord sometimes. People have been blowing him up, so I think he's trying to, like, settle down on that a lot. But, I mean, he's been so active in the community, and he's just such a good guy. I mean, we have a live interview with him. If you want to go back on the YouTube channel, it was fantastic. He's just an awesome guy, and I love him. I do. I really do. But yeah, now there is a 150K total live funding cap across all active accounts, regardless of quantity. Now let's take a look at the LucidLive, because I mean, this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. I think my table here kind of goes over it pretty nicely. Yeah, they have every single platform you could want. They literally have everything. So, I mean, it's just so simple. 90-10 profit split after the first 10K in LucidLive. Swing trading is allowed and withdraw funds daily. Lucid is keeping it 1-10 or 10-1, whatever you want to call it. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the trading rules really fast. Let's take a look at the micro scalping rule. People tend to ask about this. So what happens if I micro scalp? More than 50% of your profits are generated from trades held for 5 seconds or less. You cannot do that. You will be flagged, and they will initiate a manual review. Bad faith activity is confirmed. You may receive a written warning. Flagged behavior continues after warning. All profits from markets micro scalping activity will be forfeited. You may be permanently restricted from Lucid trading services. Now, this isn't something that is a big deal for us traders. This is targeting a scam group that abuses prop firms and their payout rules by micro scalping. So not something that most of us need to be worried about, but maybe it's something to keep in mind. I mean, this doesn't really affect me personally, so I never really cared about it. You know, I'm not holding trades for 5 seconds or less. We're not worried about this, but I know some people are, so I thought we'd go over it. Definitely don't hedge. Definitely no high frequency trading. Permitted times to trade. All positions must be closed by 4:45 EST. So about 15 minutes before the market is closed for futures. And then resumes right at market open. Globex open, I should say. So, I mean, that's really just standard stuff, right? I mean, there's nothing crazy there. But let's take a look at LucidLive, because I have a feeling we'll get there. I hope we do. You know, we might not, but I think we will. So let's take a look in case some other people are on the same path as us, or as me, I should say. Some people get mad whenever I say we and us. When I say that kind of stuff, I'm talking about like me plus my community, right? The damn good traders, the fucking loyal mafiosos that tune in live every single day. I kind of see us as a team, so I like to say we and us because I'm a team player. But some people are like, oh, why do you keep saying we and us? So I'm trying to shift over to the I, because I am kind of by myself, I guess, here, especially when I'm not live day trading. But I mean, the Discord is always active, so I feel like I'm never alone. But regardless, I'm working on going to I. Trying to be a little more selfish, I guess. But LucidLive is basically the live account, and we saw what you can move to the live account. And they assess your trading by just the data on the back end. Let's go ahead and look at the overview. After completing their 6th payout on LucidPro or LucidDirect, you could be moved before the 6th payout if the Lucid team justifies or deems you a safe bet. Basically, they don't want you to keep taking money from their sim accounts, right? Because that's a net loss for them. If they see you doing very, very well, they might just move you to live early before the 6th payout. But after completing the final 6th payout, you will be moved to live. Now, what's different in LucidLive? And this is pretty big. You could start swing trading if you wanted to. One of my buddies told me that he's still holding a 1 mini position on NQ from March. Dude's up like $200,000 with 1 mini right now. I mean, it's insane. So, I mean, swing trading, if you have the patience for it, if you have the risk tolerance, etc. for it, I mean, it could be fantastic. It could be fantastic. And with a prop firm, you know, the risk isn't as big as with a personal account. And you don't need as much equity or as much risk from the personal account. So it's pretty nice. Lucid enforces only one firm rule, and that's a 20% daily loss limit, which, you know, if we do get moved to live, you know, it's 20% should be a pretty hefty amount. So I'm not too concerned about that. Now, 70% will go to the live account and 30% will go to escrow, right? And earlier in the video, it was what? $15,000 times 5, which is $75,000. So minus 30% that goes to escrow. So basically, your live account would have $52,500. Let's see what a 20% daily loss limit would be. So the daily loss limit would be $10,500. You know, you hit that one time and it's going to go down significantly. I mean, that's such a massive amount right there that I think 20% daily loss limit is pretty generous. I mean, hopefully you're not degenning their live account because you want to, like, you know, build it up and take daily payouts and stuff like that. Make the daily loss limit much less, because typically, from what I've seen in my trading, if I lose 2-3 trades in a row, I'm probably still going to keep losing the rest of the day because my bias is either off or just my mental is fucked, right? But let's say you do blow the account, you still have that 30% left, which was how much? Oh, there's no history now. So $75,000 minus 30%, you still have about $22,500 left that you could potentially go back to LucidLive. Or if you're doing very well, they will release the Escrow after hitting these performance bonuses. By the way, we didn't get to that. You had 10 trading days with $500 profit, plus you get a bonus. And then eventually your Escrow is fully released. You take daily payouts. Everything is fantastic. It's super great. So trade Escrow account, earn payouts, hit benchmarks, rebuild confidence in case you do blow your accounts. So it's kind of nice because it's not easy to get to the LucidLive account, right? It's not. I mean, it takes a long time to get there. So once you're there, it's nice to know that even if you do majorly fuck up, you still get that 30% in there. So it's pretty nice. Let's take a look at the payouts because they do move to an 80% split when it comes to the live account and the getting the daily withdrawals with the swing trading enabled. So, I mean, that's pretty typical for live accounts because, you know, this is how prop firms kind of generate income from the live accounts. They put up an enormous amount of risk. So what they want to see is you take in those payouts. If you're doing exceptional, you're going to have contact with their team and you could possibly negotiate it, right? I'm assuming it's going to be after you already pay them back all the money that they put up for you, but who knows? And that's really the big thing, right? You could request daily payouts, you could swing trade, and the profit split is 80-20. Now, account liquidation. We could take a look at this here. If your first LucidLive account is liquidated, you'll be automatically asked, yeah, okay. Gives you a second opportunity with the Escrow account. We kind of already went over that. If your second LucidLive account is also liquidated due to drawdown, your case will be reviewed by Lucid's trading risk management team. Re-entry to LucidLive will be considered a case-by-case basis. So it's specific. But let's take a look at this new structure. This is brand new, huh? Up to $30,000 in real capital deposited in Trader's LucidLive account. Okay. So it seems they might have switched it. I'm not sure if we actually got this before. Our accounts might be from before this. But it looks like it did change a little bit. Now it's up to $30,000 in day one deposits. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. Lucid contributes a 50% match of the Trader Escrow pool into the bonus system. That's pretty sick. Okay, initial $30,000 deposit is immediately withdrawable upon live trading. That's pretty sick. So make 5, take 5. For every $5,000 in live trading profit, traders unlock matching capital from Escrow and bonuses. So pretty cool. You make $5,000, you get a bonus plus an Escrow release. Withdrawable only after it is released to brokerage account after 60 days have passed since account opening. So that's how long it takes to get the Escrow and the bonus. Cannot be withdrawn unless unlocked through live profits. Interesting. I'm assuming some people really fucked up their LucidLive accounts. So they kind of made it a little more strict here. Oh, you get moved to live with way more money, and the Escrow is just way larger. 75K, so we'd probably fall into here. LucidTest accounts might be the move, especially for live. We can only go to LucidLive with 75K with our LucidDirect, which is what we expected. But our brokerage account is only 30K, and they still have that 20% rule. So let's take a look at what the daily loss limit would be. So it would be $6,000, which is actually pretty huge. So actually, I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I mean, they did change it a little bit. I think they made it a little tougher, which I'm okay with. It supports the longevity of Lucid as a trading prop firm, and you know, it reduces their risk a lot. So I'm okay with it. Honestly, it's just nice to have daily withdrawals and have swing trading enabled, which would be my plan ideally for the live account. We'd probably just set a trade, 5 micros, try to catch, a 500,000 point move over a few days or a week or two. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. But it does seem the LucidPro accounts are much better than the LucidDirect accounts when you get moved to live. But there it is. Now, let's take a look at the account structures, okay? So, the LucidTest account, 150K is $4,500 max loss limit. That's the largest account. The 25K test is $1,000 max loss limit, but the profit targets are significantly different, right? This is 2-to-1 profit target to max loss limit ratio, which is the standard we kind of see for 150K accounts. So, I mean, I almost think the 25Ks could be a little bit better than the 50Ks, unless you go big with the 150Ks. I kind of like the 25Ks more. I mean, they're brand new. The price is pretty fucking small. There's no activation fee. I mean, you can pass on Liz one day. You only got to make $1,250 with a $1,000 max loss limit. No daily loss limits on the 25K account. It's kind of a big deal because a lot of people really did not like the daily loss limits when it comes to the test accounts. So, I mean, for $60, you get access to basically $1,000 of drawdown. I think this is the ideal choice for a Lucid test, especially if you're trading micros. You get a $1,000 payout, you get 5 of them, you get a $5,000 payout. The ratio is massive, especially with the current sale going on. I mean, the 25Ks are probably the best, unless you want to go big. It would be between the 25K, 50K, and the 150K. The 50K is still very, very good. The thing is, you got to make $1,000 extra. With the 25K, you only have to make $250 extra. I think the 25K is the official winner for the Lucid test accounts. Now, when it comes to the 150K LucidDirect account and the 25K LucidDirect account, I think anything besides 150K is pretty fucking bad. I mean, $6,000 max loss limit is so massive, and it's 8 days to pay out. You gotta have 5 of these bad boys like we do. I mean, the consistency rule is tough, but it's doable. So I think the 150K is the best. I mean, $500 for $6,000 of drawdown. That's basically a 12x of drawdown. I mean, it's pretty good. The 50K is potentially viable as well. Let's kind of do the math here. $2,000 divided, I mean, it's on the sale right now, but it's a 5.8x compared to $6,000 divided by 40504. It's like almost a 12x. I mean, the 25K direct, $1,000 divided by 238, 4x. Now, the profit targets to get a payout are much less, but the risk of ruin is so high that I just don't see myself doing anything besides the 150K directs. That's just me, though. I mean, that's just the way I think, right? I mean, Lucid, they have 10,000 people in the Discord. I mean, they're one of the best prop firms in my eyes. Hopefully, this kind of gave you guys a little bit of clarity, so you could trade with clarity here. Now, pick your path, get funded, earn real capital. I think Lucid is one of the best in the game, especially for instant funding with those 150K accounts. But let me know what you think in the comments. Which one's your favorite? Tell me. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. It does help me a ton. And, fucking love you guys. Catch you guys live every single day at 9:15 a.m. Make sure to join my free Discord as well. And let's cook, boys. Peace out.